is October, right? And he's been successful um, playing October, and I think he's going to make people better. He's going to challenge people with their baseball IQ. He's going to ask questions about pitching and defense and offense, base running. So it's refreshing to have a guy like that in the clubhouse.
Is he your second baseman?
We talk about that. We'll talk about that later on. Yeah, I mean, right now, there's a lot of stuff going on as far as like where we're going to be roster wise, and we'll make the decision when we have to make it.
Will he be bouncing around from between second and third? Or
Yeah, and shortstop. So
He took about 5 throws just from second base, turning two. It looked like he's been doing it his whole life.
Yeah, I mean, like he has quick hands, good footwork. He's done it before. I know it was just a few games, but if you look at the highlights or whatever, like he's very clean. He's a good infielder. He uses his feet the right way. He has good hands. The arm plays, so he'll be okay.
Guys that are, go ahead.
I was just going to say, what are like the pros and cons of having him at second versus third, or third versus second?
He's a Gold Glove third baseman. He hasn't played second base in the big leagues. I do believe he can be a Gold Glove second baseman too. So, like I said, there's other stuff that comes into play as far as like roster construction and what's better for the team, and what can be the best lineup, and competition comes into play. So, he'll play in Texas. I guarantee you that he'll be in the lineup. So where, we'll talk about it later.
I know this is obviously getting ahead, but do you when Trevor came here, you said let's put him at second, keep him there. He's not going to bounce around. Is that what you try to do here?
Like you said, I think we're getting ahead. There's roster construction is very important of what we're trying to accomplish. We knew coming into camp that there was going to be competition. Obviously, with his addition, maybe we had less competitions, but it doesn't mean that he's not at second, it's not in the outfield. It's just where are we going to go, and understanding that he's here for a reason. He's the offense, the right-handed bat, the Fenway factor, and the leadership too. So, like I said, we'll get there when we get there. I know you guys are going to ask me a lot in the upcoming weeks, and he's here to win, which is the most important thing.
Let's talk a lot about that hypothetical conversation with Rafi. That you'd have to have if you were going to move him off his position. Is that did you have to talk to him about bringing in Alex and what it all means when it happens?
He knows we talk, and he's happy that he's here. He understands that offensively we took it to the next level. Having those 3 guys on top of the lineup is going to be good. It's a different at bat, and everybody's going to benefit from that at bat, we've been talking about winning the last few years, the things that we haven't done, and I think the front office. They talk, we talk, right, as an organization at the end of the season last year, that we needed to be more aggressive in the off season and execute. And so far, we've been doing a good job. We haven't stopped. We're not done yet. We're still trying to improve the roster, which is the most important thing. And I think the guys in the clubhouse, they understand that.
I think Devers was scheduled anyway to hit out there.
He hit in the cage. He took ground balls with Bregman out here, so it's optional still. So the mandatory day, day one is it's not mandatory, right, because of the CBA. That's what I heard. But day one is Monday. We're missing Sedan and Tristan tomorrow. The physicals, they're expected to get here tonight and be here. But he's been good, working with Kiyoshi, working with Flo on the mat, and working with the hitting group.
How much does it help? Going into the off season, talking to Pete, like striking, cutting down the strikeouts, right? Working on short path with 2 strikes. You're working on it all winter long, and the next thing you know, you bring in a guy that's one of the elites at it. How much does having that guy around?
You guys will see it, and you guys will talk to him. It's not only the execution of the plan; it's what happens in the clubhouse. Watching video, the communication factor. He's ahead of the game in that one. I'm telling you. We had a great conversation last night. Had dinner with him and Trevor, and could have been in the restaurant for 5 hours talking baseball, and that's what it's all about. He made a point of staying there in Field 3 to see KC and Marcelo and Sogi take grounders. He already had pointers about Campbell and take it easy, kid. But he's into it. He wants to win. He wants to win, and that's all he knows. Since 17, he's been in the playoff the whole time. He had two World Series rings, and like I said, I'm very happy that we have him.
Usually, new players coming in to a new team need a little time to, exert themselves and or assert their leadership. He doesn't have that waiting period, right?
No.
What,
It's
why?
just,
I mean,
it's just the confidence and being a good teammate too. He understands that, and this is something he learned in 17 from Carlos and conversations with the whole group, right? Like, at the big league level, for an extended period of time, you treated rookies like rookies, right? And they had no voice. You had to carry the beer, and then you have to just wear it in a sense. And things have changed, and Alex Bregman, he had a voice in that team. He did, and the one thing, the most impressive thing, and I know he's going to come up a lot now, because we are together, but he was able to actually, I don't want to say change the narrative, because the narrative will never change of what we did, but he was able to, get up and perform, and that team just kept going, right? Regardless of what happened in 17, and that was eye-opening, right? I know Jose. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. Jordan is Jordan. He's going to be one of the best, hitters in the history of the game. But he was the one kind of like that kept them going. Kind of like, we have to do this. We have to cancel the noise. It's going to be loud, and he accomplished that. And as you guys know, the noise is loud here in a different way, right? And he's going to be able to help us in that sense. And he's excited to be here. It's something that it was cool that he chose us. Let's put it that way. And he's ready for this.
A few minutes ago, you talked about why you're not ready to commit to a certain position, and you laid out all these factors, including roster construction. You also said in the clubhouse. Can you expand on that? Is that egos? Is that making sure there's chemistry? Or?
No, I mean, at the end of the day, we're gonna have to make decisions roster-wise, and there's gonna be tough decisions overall. Guys are gonna be sent down. Guys are gonna play different positions, So that's part of being a big league manager. You have to, obviously make decisions to win games, but you have to manage this whole thing. So that's part of it.
So kind of going off of that, off of those Sean's question and Buck's question, Bregman has a big voice and a big leadership presence, as we were saying. But as a manager, and you want him to continue that way, but as a manager, do you kind of have to, Devers has been here for as long as he has, and he hasn't necessarily wanted to take the vocal, outwardly, but do you also kind of have to manage that with him of, not saying that this is Bregman's team now, but do you have to kind of manage that situation of how that might play itself out?
Rafi's still a guy down there in that clubhouse, and that's the reason he's been here for 3 weeks. That's the reason he's in the cage helping guys. That's the reason he was taking ground balls with Alex today. And Rafi wants to get better. He wanted the organization to be better, the team to be better. And if you compare us today to how we finished last year, we're a lot better.
This was obviously a long recruiting process. We've been asking you about Alex since at least the winter meetings and more. How involved were you in the process? Was it times of letting him breathe and times pushing for it?
It was a tough process. I think they'll talk about it tomorrow when Scott is here, and they can go into it. But you do what you're supposed to do, for the organization. And he wasn't the only guy that we were talking to, as far as or that did I talk to through the off season. It just happened that he ended up signing with us.
How did you find out?
So I was actually sleeping. The whole thing kind of changed the course on Wednesday. That's when he signed, Wednesday. So Wednesday, I was at Connors with some of the boys. I was getting texts from Bress and other people. Made some calls, went home, fell asleep, and around 10:20, Camila texted me, she goes, let's go, all right? Let's freaking go. And I was like, I hope this text is for me. You know? And then I look at the phone. Yeah. I look at the phone. Sorry, baby. Sorry. I look at the phone, and I have like 10 missed calls. And very important people in the organization were trying to reach out to me. And then he called me like 2 minutes later, and he told me. And then the night got long, you know, but I was actually sleeping.
Were you confident, or was it just like emotional, like, we're not going to get him, we are going to get him, like the whole time? Was it hard for you?
Honestly, throughout the process, you know, with everything that it was going on, you kind of like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen, to be honest with you. And at one point, you have to kind of like pivot as a manager too, like, okay, we gotta go, you know. And probably that was one of the reasons I came here early, because I wanted to be here and be around the guys, and you know, the front office people were coming down early, and just to be around, you know. But I'm just glad that he's here, to be honest with you.
Asked you this the other day, but you know, who's going to be more versatile now than you were planning on a few days ago? Vaughn, obviously Campbell has it, but Vaughn, Hamilton, anything like that?
Like I said, man, like things have changed since Wednesday, because we got Alex, and now we have to kind of like see where we at, how he's going to play out. Injuries come into play, and versatility will come into play in certain areas. So decisions got tougher, and that's good to have.
Where you see him kind of hitting it in the lineup?
Like I said, I think the top three, they're going to be very, very good, electric, and I think that at bat, you know, is different. You know, it's kind of like JD in 18 when he came here, Turner a few years ago. It's just a different at bat, and you know, he should be hitting top of the lineup.
How were the viewer, the live BP?
It was good. It was good. He threw a lot of strikes. You know, he's healthy. He feels good. It's about working on stuff, so that's a good sign.
Is everything okay with Slayton?
He had a family thing this week, so he just got back.
So yesterday, you said you weren't overly concerned about Bayo or Cutter. Cutter spoke a little bit today. Is it growing concern with him in the knee?
From my end, you know, we'll see how he plays out in the upcoming weeks, you know. But I think he's just behind, right? So we'll see what happens.
We talked to Trevor today. Obviously, a lot about Bregman, but just in terms of Trevor, how do you like? He's kind of feels like a forgotten guy on this roster sometimes because of how injured he's been. But just what are your expectations for him now?
Just go out there and play 150 something games. You know, you can't control diving in the hole and breaking your shoulder. You know, you can't control getting hit in the hand. You know, that's what happens, right? He has surgery. You know, so it's not like he pulls a hammy or groin, whatever. It's serious injury. So, you know, the goal is for him to play 150 something and help us win ball games.
How big is that just to have those two right-handed bats with Bregman and Trevor there, you know, to something you guys kind of lack?
Yeah, it's important, and there's more, right? Wanger, he's righty, and then we'll see what happens with the rest of the roster. But you know, hopefully Trevor, you know, he worked hard in the offseason to clean a few things. I think the addition of Alex, having him around, and talking to him about offense and certain things is going to benefit him. So, yeah, having those. I mean, if you think about it, you know, all stars. You know, they're all stars. You have Jaren, and you had, you know, Rafi. You know, there's so pedigree right there. So we feel better. We feel better.
Obviously, stories, you know, the defense is his calling card. But what do you think, since he hasn't been able to be on the field, like offensively, like his ceiling is? Like, what would you like to expect from him?
Oh, steal some bases and hit homers. You know, be more consistent as far as like making contact. I think he did a good job towards the end of the season last year. They found a few things in his mechanics, and he was able to execute in the batter's box. So the most important thing, you know, hopefully he stays healthy, and if he can do that, you know, he's going to be okay.
Given how little he has played, you still feel 150? You know, like getting tired. He hasn't really played much last year.
Yeah. I mean, like for us to get to that point, you know, we got a lot of Thursdays off. So I think the numbers of game plays, you know, is going to look a lot. But for 2 months, you're not going to play on Thursdays, you know. So it seems like a AAA schedule for 2 months because of that day. So they're going to get some rest.
Other than Cutter
No, that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah.
Is Yoshida, is he hitting yet? Or is
He's hitting. His throwing program starts probably in 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. We good? Thank you. Have a good one.